So I just want to make sure we're all here. Okay. All right. Good. Is everybody good to go? Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone out to our Layton City Council meeting this evening. The date is November 2nd, and we have an adjusted time of 4:47 as far as our start. So with that, I would like to start our meeting as usual with the prayer and pledge. And tonight it will be Councilmember Roberts' turn.
I will offer a prayer and then invite everyone to stand for the pledge afterwards. Our dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this opportunity to gather together to conduct the business and direct the ways of this city. We're grateful for the opportunity to live here in Layton City and in this country, and the freedoms and the quality of life that we enjoy. We ask that Thou will watch over us this night and always, that we might make good decisions and keep in mind the residents of this city that we represent. We're grateful for this opportunity, and we ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
And please rise. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Thank you, Councilman. Okay, looks like our next item of business would be any municipal announcements. So I know we don't have many, but
just one week from this Saturday will be Veterans Day. We'd invite everyone to come out and honor our veterans at the Veterans Parade at 11:11 a.m. starting, coming down Wasatch Drive around Constitution Circle, and then there will be a ceremony at the wall at 12:30 p.m. So invite everyone here.
very good. Okay. With that, I'll go ahead and move on then. Tonight we have two verbal petitions that we'd like to read. And so myself, I'll do one, and then I'm going to have Councilmember Bettina Smith Edmondson read the second one. So we're going to honor our small businesses. So the proclamation will read, whereas the government of Layton City, Utah celebrates our local small businesses and contributions they make to the local economy and community. And whereas, according to the U.S. Small Business Administration, there are 33 million small businesses in the United States. Small businesses represent 99.7% of firms with paid employees. Small businesses are responsible for 62.7% of the net new jobs created since 1995. And small businesses employ 46.4% of employees in the private sector of the United States. And whereas 68% of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays in the local community, and every dollar spent at small businesses create an additional 48% in local business activities as a result of employees and local businesses purchasing local goods and services. And whereas 72% of consumers report that Small Business Saturday of 2022 made them want to shop and dine at small, independently owned retailers and restaurants all year long. And whereas Layton City, Utah supports local small businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our communities. And whereas advocacy groups, as well as public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed this Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Joy Petro, Mayor of Layton City, Utah, along with the Layton City Council, do hereby proclaim November 25th, 2023 as Small Business Saturday, and urge the residents of our community and the communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. So there you have it. We all need to shop local. Okay. You want to do our proclamation regarding lung cancer?
Whereas lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death among men and women in the United States and Utah, accounting for more deaths than colon cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer combined. Whereas the 5-year survival rate for localized lung cancer is 59%, yet only 17% of lung cancers are diagnosed at this stage. Whereas screening for lung cancer for high-risk individuals using low-dose computed tomography can lead to the earlier detection of lung cancer and save lives, reducing the mortality rate by 20% when compared to screening by chest X-ray in the National Lung Screening Trial, and reducing the risk of death at 10 years by 24% in men and 33% in women, as demonstrated by another large randomized trial. Whereas funding for lung cancer research trails far behind funding for research of many other cancers, and additional research is needed in early diagnosis, screening, and treatment for lung cancer, as well as in lung cancer affecting women and lung cancer health disparities. Whereas women diagnosed with lung cancer are more likely to be young and never smokers, lung cancer incidence and mortality rates are decreasing twice as fast in men as it is in women. By 2035, more women will die from lung cancer than men. Whereas organizations working in Layton, such as the American Lung Cancer Screening Initiative and Women's Lung Cancer Forum, are committed to educating about lung cancer and lung cancer screening and working to increase lung cancer screening rates in Layton. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Joy Petro, Mayor of Layton City, Utah, along with the Layton City Council, do hereby proclaim November 2023 as Lung Cancer Awareness Month in Layton, and recognize the need for research in lung cancer affecting women and lung cancer health disparities, and encourage all citizens to learn about lung cancer and early detection through lung cancer screening. In witness thereof, Mayor Petro has caused the seal of the City of Layton, Utah to be affixed on this second day of November 2023.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you all can see that we, as a council and governing body, really want to acknowledge both the small businesses and the Lung Cancer Awareness Month. So with that, we'll now go on to our citizens' comment portion of our meeting. If there's anyone here that wishes to make a comment, you're welcome to stand up and state your name for the record and let us hear what you have to say.
Hi, everyone. My name's Christopher Ash. I'm a local resident over by the Layton Hills Mall. Especially with the holiday of Halloween, I was out with the neighbors witnessing all types of traffic and all the children going about. And with that, over time, we've noticed the amount of traffic and speeding that goes through that neighborhood. I was wondering what steps are needed in order to bring a four-way stop into the intersection of 150 East and 1225 North. Just bringing it up, a lot of traffic, and just a couple weeks ago, we had some teenagers who had stolen a car come through the neighborhood and go over our neighbor's curb and wreck their vehicle and take off.
Okay.
So I just wanted to bring that to the city's attention and see what could be done to forward that for safety.
Okay, I really appreciate you bringing that to our attention, and our city manager's written down the address here, and he'll make sure he gets with the staff and kind of assess the situation. I can tell you, I know speeding's an issue, and this coming Monday, my Monday with the mayor is actually talking about speeding in the city, so perfect timing.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone else here? Okay, if not, I'd like to go ahead and go on to our consent item. Tonight, we only have one item, and Mr. Chad Wilkinson is going to present that item to us. It's an amended plat for the Meadow Creek Townhome amendment.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. This is a very quick item. This is an amendment to the plat for the Meadow Creek, what used to be known as condominiums. Recently, the association has amended their homeowners association bylaws and CC&Rs to reflect a new designation as townhomes rather than condominiums. So this is really just a name change. Just to give a quick overview of the location, we're there on 575 North Fairfield Road. You can see that outlined in red. This is, again, just an aerial photo. You can see some of those surrounding uses. There's Wasatch there at the bottom of the screen, or toward the bottom of the screen there. So give you an idea of where that development is. Originally platted as Meadow Creek condominiums, fairly common back at the time period when this was platted. It is a townhome development, however. They've changed their CC&Rs to reflect that and their bylaws. So this would amend the plat to become consistent with those new revised CC&Rs and bylaws. This was reviewed by the Planning Commission at their October 10th meeting, and they recommended unanimously approval of this item, and staff would also pass that along.
Okay, very good. Any questions?
One, it's not even really a real question, I guess, but when they were built, they were townhomes. They just named it condominiums.
Yeah, pretty common back then to name all of these types of developments condominiums, but they're a townhome development. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, if there's no further questions, I'll look for action for approval. Somebody wants to make a motion?
Madam Mayor, I move that we approve the amended plat for the Meadow Creek Townhomes Amendment.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second that we approve the amended plat and the name change. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Well, that's pretty much all the items on our agenda. However, I know that we do have tonight's kind of a special night for us, that we want to acknowledge the fact that Mr. Gary Crane, tonight is your last meeting. So as a mayor and council, we want to make sure that we acknowledge that ourselves. So hence, we know that you like lemon flavored anything. So we have our lemon bars down here to celebrate. But in addition to that, each one of us is going to just take a quick minute and share an item with you. But to start out, you're going to need a board to set those items on. So, since charcuterie boards are pretty common these days, we've got your own board that you can put these on. And here's what we're saying. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. It's a proverbial phrase used to encourage optimism and a positive can-do attitude. Gary Crane has demonstrated this for the past 30 years in service to Layton City. So on behalf of the mayor and council, we want to acknowledge tonight and say thank you for your service, even though today isn't your last day, but it's the last council meeting. So with that, Councilman Roberts, do you want to start out?
Sure. I like the theme of lemons. I've had the opportunity to work with Gary for, I think it was about 24 years ago. We built our first house in Layton, and I remember going through the process. Part of that included a conversation with Gary Crane. But just overall, over the years, a lot of difficult situations were handled with respect and really, I think, making the best out of every situation. So I've got a pair of, and I know you're an attorney, so you probably wear dress socks. So they say squeeze the day. So I'll pass those along to actually, let me take them around.
Yeah, you need to go take him to him.
I've actually got yellow heels,
Yellow Hills, okay.
so this will go really well. Thank you.
So Gary, I had a chance, obviously, when I came on, you were an attorney and I am an attorney, and it's been nice to know how municipal government works because we kind of speak the same language. So but as I went around and talked around the city, I realized what an institution Gary Crane is. And then when I went around and talked to people in the state, I realized what an institution Gary Crane is. And anybody that would see me at conferences or whatever, they know I was associated with Layton in any way. From the government standpoint, they were like, oh, Gary Crane, what a guy, huh? And it's not just your competency, it was who you are as a person. And so we're going to miss you. Us as a council, we don't know any other city attorney, and I'm sure maybe everyone but Alex doesn't know that either. So we're going to miss you. But I know that so much good's been done in the city and so many things behind the scenes, and it's in my law firm we used to always say you can never really quantify keeping someone out of trouble because you don't know what that actually meant monetarily. You know, you win a settlement, you get X amount of money, but if you prevented a settlement by doing all this work, you never see that. You never see what that actually costs. So I'm sure that you've saved the city just countless dollar city taxpayers in doing that. So with that said, I have Greek yogurt. We might not share. We share a profession, but I despise Greek yogurt. I don't really like lemon much. But I was thinking, you know, in your retirement, you should hit up a place, Mykonos. It's a fancy beach in the Greek, you know, Mediterranean area, and I could see you really going well there. Kicked back. You can, you know, read your land use stuff that you want to read in your spare time, and you could just enjoy your retirement. But, right, little towel, you know, calling out for someone to bring you more, you know, more ice water or whatever it is. But just know we're really grateful for you, Gary. We're not going to know what to do without you, but congratulations.
We're not going to make our deadline.
So a trip to the Greek Isles, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think you could get tickets in.
You're going to have to pack that.
Did you know Antelope Street?
How long is this meeting going?
For the actual
It's okay.
My turn. Sorry. We're gonna miss you, Gary. I feel like I've known you forever, and it hasn't been that long. And that's the kind of person you are. Once you know Gary, you're friends for life. So I hope you stick around, or a little bit. You're around us. I don't know. I know you're an attorney. I echo what Councilman Bloxham mentioned. When we go to meetings in the state legislature meetings, and I know the legislature, Gary is. You're a state treasure. I'll just say that. So thank you. I have something for you as well. I know you're an attorney. I'm a marketing guy, so I had to come up with something. And thanks to the mayor. And I know sometimes being an attorney, excuse my language, sucks. And so in honor of that, I have a 5-pound bag of lemon drops for you.
That was good.
This will help you deal with other lawyers. Thank you. I'll put it out for the other lawyers that come.
Yes.
Okay, so it's my turn. And I tried to prevent this day from happening when I first got elected. And I tried to threaten Gary to prevent him from leaving. But I mean, he's a lawyer, so I kind of couldn't really do that. But as has been said already, when you meet Gary, at least for me, I felt the genuine spirit that you have. Everything that, you shared with us, you tried to give us guidance, but then still empower us to do what we are supposed to do without getting in trouble. And we thank you for that time and time again. I've already spoken to you and was like, I hope that you're going to let me still call you, because even though you're leaving the city, I hope that we're still able to keep in touch. And so what I have by way of the mayor, I had something in mind, but what she provided is going to be just as good. This is a Febreze lemon scented air freshener. What I had in mind was some hand soap, but the whole premise here is that as our lawyer and what you've done for us, for the council and for the city, you help to keep things clean. You help to clean things up. There have been some pretty dirty and stinky situations that you've been involved in over the course of your time. And even with me being here, there have been some situations you've had to deal with that have come across that I thought, oh, wow, how are we going to handle this one? And you've handled everything with grace. You've always been upfront with people. You've been able to give people the law and be very direct, but at the same time caring and showing that you're concerned about the city's well-being and also them. And so this is just to remind you that you continue to freshen things up. So keep doing that. And I hope that you enjoy your retirement and don't work too hard.
I maybe didn't teach Bettina enough about getting things in writing from lawyers.
Well, that was for Alex.
Well, on video, so.
I'm sorry. My turn. I asked my wife, I said, what do you say when somebody's leaving? And she says, as far as you're concerned, not much. So I wrote down all the things that I thought were good about you. And I had to tear the paper in 5 pieces so it would look like it was written on one piece. But I wrote this for you. And if I don't say the words right, it's not my fault because you guys invented them. Jurisprudence bores me. Pro se is what I do. So I bought you these lemon drops. Merry Christmas to you. I didn't think I'd probably see you again until Christmas, maybe, even then. I got you the lemon drops because you're going to be around your grandkids, so you'll be sick. And grandkids always get you sick. There's so many of them. I remember the first day you came here, okay, which wasn't like a big day in my life. I just remember, hey, we got a new mayor. We got a new city attorney. And I said, well, I wonder how many syllables he uses in his words. So I came over to talk to you. Found out that you were fairly normal, which surprised me. And so from that point on, now I got to get out of the fun part of my life. But from that point on, you're a very conscious, civil person. You think beyond what's in front of you on what it could be or what it should be. And even though you came from West Valley, I appreciate you and have appreciated you for many years. And I thought, well, I thought things about West Valley like seemed like everybody we hired came from West Valley. I'm thinking, what do they do over there? Anyway, so you're a special person. You know that. You may not agree to it like a lot of lawyers do. Use a bunch of fancy words to say, yeah, I know I'm special, but I'm trying not to act like it. So, but anyway, I've appreciated the years that we've been together. Actually, I've been here longer than you, or was. And I guess that may not be true because I left as soon as I could and you stayed on a little longer. But you've always been a warm, whatever you want to call it. When it came time for things to happen, I always felt like, A, I could trust you, but B, you did the right things, not just what was prudent or whatever. So on with whatever you're going to do. Have fun doing it. Don't look back. Okay? We're going to live. We may not live too long, but we're going to live, you know. So take care.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. So, Alex, I didn't get a chance to visit with you, but the cookies were for you to kind of come up with something. So that shows how spontaneous we are on this. Yeah.
I'll think about him while I'm eating him.
All worried.
No, I think everything that you have
Either that or-
said perfectly describes Gary. We went to lunch today as executive staff
Him.
and talked
I can do
with
that.
Gary about some of his accomplishments and some of the things that he's done through the years that have meant a lot to him. You know, he's found enjoyment in and professional fulfillment and stuff in, and he's been involved, as you well said, in some really, really important things that have positioned the city well to go forward and will, water and other kinds of things that he was heavily involved in because of his relationships and the respect he has with people at the state. And even locally, to be able to have people have confidence that when they deal with Gary, they know he's dealing with them from a place of integrity and is trying to do what's best for the community. It's just really a remarkable thing. If we don't have one, but if we had a Hall of Fame for employees in this city, Gary would certainly be in it. When you look at the mission statement the city has, the things that are expected of employees, Gary meets every one of them. Mm-hmm. He's just been an example to everybody. And what's interesting too, it's not interesting, it's very believable and seen it, but it's not often articulated. But I can't tell you how many people, not at an executive level in the city, that interact with Gary all the time, but employees who work in public works and parks and et cetera, when they found out Gary was leaving, they've actually taken time as they see me around to say, oh, we're so sad to see Gary leave. And that's pretty rare in an organization this large. But for everybody from parks workers to public works people to et cetera, to know who Gary is as a person, maybe they've never interacted with him on a legal issue, but they know he's really important to the city and they know the kind of person that he is. And so, I just think that speaks volumes for Gary. He's a man very accomplished and very smart, but he's a man, that everybody relates to, and people recognize him and appreciate him. So we are gonna miss him, and we were talking today. We would like him to consider volunteering, coming back. The police department, for example, said they need practice using tasers and things like that, and we suggested that. Especially that would work for sitting attorneys, let alone retired attorneys, or even more eligible. But no. Yeah. Anyway, Gary, we're going to miss you, and I think the measure of a man or a woman in any capacity, in parenting and president of the United States, king of the world, whatever, is do you leave a place better than you found it? And even if you can say, yes, I have a little bit, that's an accomplishment. But Layton City, the organization and the community is not just a little bit better because of Gary Crane. It's significantly better because of Gary Crane. And so thank you, Gary. You won't be replaced. You can't be replaced. You'll go on, but thank you for all you've done.
One more last one that's going to actually put the swigging touch.
I'm going to get to speak at a city council meeting. First time ever. So I have to agree with Councilmember Bloxham's comments. When I go to different trainings or different things within the state, when they find out I'm from Layton, I have never once left that meeting without someone coming up and saying, do you get to work with Gary? How close do you get to work with Gary? And then I often get emails that will say, I'm not exactly sure how to do this. What would Gary say? Would you go ask Gary? So I appreciate the guiding hand. I will miss you.
Thank you.
Okay. I started this out just by saying, hey, we understand what your flavors are. And really that statement there, I got to tell you, it doesn't matter what it is, how terrible the situation is, you have a way of making things seem easy as well as brighter. And you've always taken a can-do attitude. So Gary, seriously, I accolade everything else that everybody else has said here. And I don't want to get emotional either, so I'm just going to say thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And our real gift that we wanted to do tonight, and we thought we could pull it off, but then it was like, no, you're too special for that. We almost did in just the business portion, but we were going to have a record short meeting for you as a send-off, which business portion we were close, but not quite. So we're just enjoyed this moment and wanted to say thank you so much. We really do appreciate everything that you've done here. Okay.
And we need to thank the mayor. She wrote all of our speeches. So
Yeah, right.
we'd have something to say.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, no, but thank you very much. Thanks for making lemonade for us.
Oh, and I have lemonade.
Nobody knows,
Sorry.
nobody knows where the lemon story comes from, right?
No,
Okay.
no, you're safe. Alls I know is I gave you a chance to say what your favorite was and you didn't, so I had to do some investigating on my own.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I love lemon. Lemon's great.
Okay.
I could tell the story. Should I, Alex? Sure. Okay. Anyway,
You're not going to be back.
Going to be online.
so, oh, it's recorded? Never mind.
We can call for an adjournment.
Anyway, it was an interesting, when I was, I lived in Australia for a while, and their favorite pastime was eating lunch at the bars. And so I worked in a lumber yard for a while there, and these Australians would take me to the pub to eat lunch. And when they did, they had the best soft drinks anywhere in the world. It's just incredibly lemony and just incredibly outstanding. And so I'd have one of those all the time, and it was the greatest thing on earth, right? And one day, about 3 or 4 months after being there, the waitress came over and said, "You know, mate, you're drinking lemon gin." And I said, "What?" Yeah, well, you're drinking lemon gin, and they told me to put it in there, and I did it. So I'm sorry. And so ever since then, lemon has been my favorite.
You don't have to be sorry.
All right, that's being truthful.
I don't drink, by the way,
We know that
anymore.
anymore, yeah.
Anyway, that's my story about why I like lemons so much.
Well, you've got some 100% pure lemonade right there to pass on down. But anyway, okay. Well, really, this concludes our meeting. So, I mean, if anybody would like to make a motion to adjourn, or if you want to,
Let me think, who could that be?
oh, I don't know.
I make a motion that we don't see Gary very often anymore and adjourn this meeting.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here and for bringing that up. Thank you. Thank you. And you're all welcome to have a lemon bar.